Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going to go over our buy hold sell for blank game week 12. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. Also look out for FPL Social, which is a live in-person FPL event coming up in Melbourne in February of next year. We're going to be there, so for tickets and more information click the link in the description, and with that being said, let's jump into the video. So in today's video, we're going to have a look over 3 buy, 3 hold and 3 sell options to assist you guys with the transfer planning for the upcoming blank game week. The first starting for the buy options, the first one here is Mo Salah. He's coming in at £12.7 million and did get himself a goal in his most recent match against Manchester City, which was very good to see him return to the score sheet. He's actually been in very good touch for Liverpool recently. He also got that hat-trick in the Champions League as well against Rangers, so he's got himself 4 goals in his last couple of games for Liverpool. So he's one that's definitely found some form recently, and hopefully can string together some good performances in the Premier League, as Liverpool do have some very good fixtures between now and when the World Cup starts. He's got a very good underlying stats so far this season with a 4.45 XG. I do believe this ranks 7th amongst all players so far this season. He has produced 3 goals and 4 assists, so a decent output. Obviously a bit lower than what we do expect from Mo Salah, especially since he is coming at £12.7 million. But still, nonetheless, with a couple of other midfielder options not firing right now, he could definitely be a very good option to add into the players, to your players in the middle of the park, especially with the injury, or not the injury, the suspension to James Maddison for game week 12, plus the fact that Manchester City do have the blank game week. Maybe you've got Kevin De Bruyne in the side and you're looking for a good alternative. I do think Mo Salah is a nice pick, as even outside of having a good fixture this game week of West Ham at home, he's then got Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Tottenham and Southampton up until game week 16. So definitely some good fixtures for him to continue his good form. And the second one here is Dominic Solanke, a good player to add to the squads if you are looking to free up some money around the team, as I do think at £5.7 million he's such a good value option. He's been in very good form recently for Bournemouth. He's got himself a 1.12 XG with 2 goals and 4 assists, and most of these attacking returns have come in the last 5 game weeks, so he's been one that's been in great touch for them. Plus Bournemouth still have some good fixtures before game week 16, definitely with Southampton at home in game week 12. That is a fixture that I've been looking to target for the Bournemouth forward. Outside of that, West Ham away and Tottenham at home isn't the easiest, but then Leeds and Everton to take it home in game weeks 15 and 16 could make him a nice differential forward to have in the squad, as his ownership is sitting at around 3% right now, so definitely a good differential to have in the forward line that can allow you to spend more money elsewhere, but could actually be beneficial if you're looking to get in Mo Salah, as he is quite expensive at £12.7 million. And the third buy option here is Ivan Toney, another very good forward pick, a bit more expensive than Solanke, and he does have slightly better underlying stats, and obviously plays in the better side, so he's going to get more chances consistently. He's got a 6.31 XG, which is extremely high. This does rank in the top 4 for all players so far this season. He has produced 8 goals with this XG, and also chipped in with 2 assists as well. So another player that's been in great touch recently for Brentford, with 3 goals in his last 2 games, and with good fixtures coming up with Chelsea, Aston Villa, Wolves and Nottingham Forest as his next 4 opponents. Another very good option to consider in the teams. He is one that's a bit more popular compared to Dominic Solanke, with a 25% ownership roughly, but still a very good option to have in the team if you do have the money to spend on another mid-price forward at £7.3 million. So with those buy options in mind, let's discuss some hold options. The first one here is Pascal Gross, which is a bit of a weird option, but he has been transferred out by a lot of managers this game week. But personally, I just think with so many players missing out this game week, whether it be James Maddison, Phil Foden is quite highly owned as well, and also Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, I just think if Pascal Gross is a player in your team, you might as well just hold him for this game week. A very good fixture of Nottingham Forest at home. Yes, he's not been the best recent form for Brighton, but this is a very good fixture for him to turn it around this season. He's got decent underlying stats for his price as well, a 1.92 XG with 3 goals and 2 assists. But with all the injury concerns and obviously players blanking this game week, even Gabriel Martinelli there at a similar price in the Arsenal midfield, as well as Bukayo Saka, I think if you got Pascal Gross in the team, I'd probably hold him this week. He's not a priority transfer to get rid of, as he does have a fixture this game week. The second one here is Alexander Mitrovic. I can see the frustration with him, and a couple of other forward options firing right now does make him slightly less appealing, as we touched on with Toney and Solanke. But if you do have Mitrovic in the side, I would recommend that you hold on to him. He's back to full fitness now. Obviously, he started his most recent game for Fulham, and he did get himself a goal. So with Aston Villa, Leeds and Everton as three of his next three opponents, really good fixtures coming up for him to get some more goals for Fulham. I don't really see a good reason to transfer out Mitrovic right now unless you want to free up some money in the squad. Maybe go down to Solanke if you want to get in the player, the likes of Sellers Price. But otherwise, three very good fixtures coming up. I would expect him to perform quite well in these 3 game weeks. So personally, I wouldn't be a fan of transferring him out of the squad if he's in your team right now. And he's also in a similar boat to Pascal Gross in the sense that it's not absolutely an essential option to get rid of him this game week, especially since so many players are missing out ahead of Game Week 12. The third one here is Wilfried Zaha. He's another one that has been in poor form recently for Crystal Palace, only picking up an assist 2 weeks ago. He's not really provided too much outside of this 5-point game in Game Week 10. But he's still got good fixtures coming up. He's still expected to score quite well. He's got Wolves, Everton, Southampton, West Ham and Nottingham Forest from now until Game Week 16, which is probably the best batch of fixtures that any team has from now until Game Week 16. So as a as a Zaha owner personally, I wouldn't be looking to get him out of the team. Also, similar situation, there's just too many other players that you'd be looking to get out, especially James Maddison. So if you've got Zaha on the side, yes, it's frustrating, but I still hold on to him with some good fixtures and still decent underlying stats on the season with a 3.3 XG, as he's provided 4 goals and 1 assist for his owners. So now let's have a look at the sell option. This is probably the main talking point of the video, just with so many players missing this game week, and Maddison is the player that I do want to talk about the most. There was a bit of deliberation as to what to do with him, whether you want to hold him or sell him. It sort of does depend on the amount of Man City and Arsenal players you have in your team and how many players you can field for Game Week 12 if you're not looking to use your free hit, but we'll get to that. First of all, starting on Reece James though, a clear sell for me. He's going to be out for a long period of time for Chelsea. So he's probably the top priority to sell out of any of these 3 players here. Probably be between him and Luis Diaz, just because they're the players with the longer durations of injury. Reece James has been clearly listed as out for the next 8 game weeks. He's been good so far this season for his owners, but he's just not getting those fixtures. Not getting those matches that he's going to be playing in the next batch from now, Game Week 12 to Game Week 16. That's why you just got to get rid of him. At £6 million, I'd probably look to get a cheaper defender personally. Yes, Trent did get some minutes for Liverpool in the most recent game, and he's probably going to be good to go, hopefully for him for the midweek matches. But Liverpool's defence, yes, they got a clean sheet against Manchester City, but they haven't been the strongest in general so far this season. So maybe you're looking to spend a bit less on a defender, whether it be £4.5 to £4 million defender, and then look to upgrade another position at maybe you're looking to get Mo Salah in the midfield. Moving on to James Maddison though, he's one that is in our squad that we probably are going to sell ahead of Game Week 12. We just have triple Manchester City in the side and also Reece James there, plus including Maddison. That's 5 players that aren't going to be playing, so we're going to have to make some changes to the team. If you've only got a couple of Manchester City players missing and you can afford with benching Maddison, maybe you've only got 2 Man City players and no Arsenal players, maybe you can have Maddison just sit on the bench for this game week and then have him starting from game weeks 13 through 16. But I'll have to say, if you have 3 to 4 players already out, Maddison is a good sell option. Looking at his fixtures here, he is going to miss Everton at home. Then Manchester United away is a pretty difficult fixture from an attacking standpoint, as their defence has been quite decent recently. Newcastle's defence also isn't too bad. Yes, Bournemouth away is a good fixture, but then Liverpool again. Those fixtures for Leicester, aren't the best from now until Game Week 16, especially since he misses Everton at home, which was one of the better fixtures that he has in this fixture run. So personally, I would be looking to get rid of James Maddison. If you can free up enough money to go up to Mo Salah, he's a good pick. Jared Bowen's also a decent option at a similar price. If not, as we touched on, Wilfried Zaha could be a good option there as well, and there are a couple of other decent mid-price midfielders that you could downgrade him to. And then Luis Diaz, another player with a fairly long-term injury. He's going to be out for a while, so another very obvious transfer out if you do have him in the sides. He's been pretty good so far this season. I would say one of Liverpool's better players with a 2.31 XG, 3 goals and 2 assists, but his injury will see him miss the next couple of game weeks at least, probably up until game week 16 and beyond. So if you are a Luis Diaz owner, get him out of the side now. There are some decent midfielder options going around in the game. Once again, if you do have enough money, I really like Mo Salah as one of the best midfield options right now. Obviously with Kevin De Bruyne blanking in game week 12, Plus, Liverpool do have that good fixture run. Otherwise, as we touched on, Zaha's a nice one. Almiron also is a decent pick at around £5 million. He's been in good form for Newcastle, and they've got a great fixture coming up next game week, so maybe he's an option there. But otherwise, Luis Diaz a clear sell. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the buy, hold, sell for Game Week 12. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. And look out for FPL Social, which is a live in-person FPL event coming up in Melbourne in February of next year. Links and information to that are in the description down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.